This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone, let's start the session. So till last session we talked about the Hive. So if you have any questions related to the Hive, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll be going to start the new topic today. Any questions, anyone?
One question.
Yeah, please.
So when we are doing the compression as a compression technique, when we are using, so the column oriented format is flexible, right? Then our row oriented.
So column oriented, almost other than text, everything is internally to the compression. When we are doing compression, so other than text, sequence, arrow, everything will do compression. So which is the best in the sense like what? ORC or Park. These two are the best in the column oriented.
Okay. Now, when we are comparing with the row oriented, so which one is best as a column oriented?
That's what I'm saying. No? Same thing. You are not able to understand. Row oriented is not best. Column oriented is the best. In that column oriented, the best are the ORC Parquet.
Okay.
In the row oriented, if you want to talk about best means Avro is the best. In only within row oriented.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So fine then. So the next topic, let me discuss what still we need to discuss. We need to discuss the pig and NoSQL concept. Coming to the pig is like what in initial days people used to play much, but almost from 2018 like that, people stopped using the pig. And almost like what 2019 onwards, like what there is no implementation from the pig also. Let me open it. Let's see once. Apache pig. It is not required to discuss much, at least to give an idea, it is important. So if you talk about the last release of the pig is this one, 0.17.0 version. If you look at the details. In 2017. This is the last release. Almost people stop using it from like what 18 onwards now. Okay, so there is no new features from the last 5 years. It's not there in the market also because of Spark. What Pig is providing, all the features you can get it in the Spark. That's the main root cause, like what why Pig away in the market, why it is there in the market. Reason is like what we don't have a similar to Spark solution. That's the only answer now. Okay, why it is there like what before the Spark, because Spark is not there. So that kind of features what we are expecting industry, Spark is not there. Pig is the leader at that time now. Okay, so Hive and the Pig both are like what started almost same time in 2008. Okay, this is 2008 September. Hive is like what 2008 around June and July. The initial versions like what when it is started. Okay, the goal of these two things are same. Goal of these two are data warehouse. The functionality is data warehouse functionality to support only. And also next important goal between these two is like what, try to avoid writing the MapRedis program. Try to avoid writing the MapRedis program. But the way how it went, like what Hive is went in a SQL style, database style. Pig is went in a scripting style, like Linux scripting, Unix scripting, shell scripting. We have some scripts will be there, Perl scripting, like this. So it will end in a scripting style, not in a database style. Okay, we don't say in Pig like what database, table, row, column. That is not. But as equivalent terminology will be there, but that comes under the scripting terminology. That is what is the first primary difference between these two. And pig is developed by Yahoo people. Hive is developed by Facebook people. Okay, the goal of them is both are same. Just instead of writing a MapReduce program, they want to write an alternative. That alternative is there. But Hive is already there. So pig is developed now. Why still it is there almost like what 2015, 16, 17? These many years it is survived. The main reason to survive the pig is like what? There is a better features than Hive. There is a better features than Hive. That's the reason like what Hive is there also. People are used to play with the pig now. When Spark entered in the market like what? They get rid of it now. That's the only main reason now. Okay. Otherwise, pig demand is there. The demand of the pig is also there because there are some better features which is not there in the Hive now. Let's talk about the first main feature now, schema. When it comes to the schema in Hive, first you should know the schema, then only you can create a table, isn't it? Without knowing the schema, can we create a table in Hive? It's not possible. But coming to the pig, it is not like that. Schema is not even considered. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. You have some data, let's load it. I will take care of it what I need to do it now. So schema free. In big data terminology, we also talk about schema free. In the schema free wise, like what? Pig is the first solution we can take it. Schema is not a mandatory. Okay, you can construct the schema later also, not a problem. So pig supports like what with schema. If you know about the schema, provide it, no issues. Partial schema, you know maybe some information about the schema, but some you don't know completely. You don't know. Still, it is okay. You don't even know, not a problem. All these three scenarios pig expect, but Hive is not that. Hive is always full schema. Partial schema without schema, it's not possible. This is one of the primary reason why people use it to play with the pig. So whenever there is a data is coming, people use it to play. First, load it to the pig. Then after that, they clean the data. After the clean data, for analytics point of view, like what some may went to the Hive or Hive and pig also we can integrate now. We can integrate Hive and pig now. With the Hive and pig integration also, people use it to solve that problem. So once you have a data in Hive, you can access in pig. Once you have a data in pig, you can access in Hive. There are some integration is there. Third party integration is there now. With the help of third party integration, we can also do that one. But the main goal is like what? Schema is the primary one. And the next important, next one more main feature, why should I go for pig only, not Hive? Okay. The second feature is lazy evaluation. This is a very, very important concept in the big data. Lazy evaluation. So what do you mean by lazy evaluation? Let me put it with example, then it will be like easy to remember for you. So some example like I want everyone involvement, then only it makes sense when I'm explaining this topic. Otherwise, the definition meaning will be going to change. If I ask this question, what is the answer?
30, sir.
30. Good. Okay. I want similar response from next few more questions also. Then that will be going to clarify this. Okay. Now what is the answer for C? As same as. Okay. Give me a second. Now what is the answer for C?
Zeros.
0. Others? What about others? We don't know.
0.
0. Okay.
Zero.
100% everyone know the answer is 0. Okay. But the question is, if I remove this, you are not able to answer. If I add this, you are able to answer. What is your approach to answer? That is what is the lazy evaluation. You're able to answer, I agree. But why you are able to answer is the technique concept. So what is the reason how you are able to answer this question? Why you are not able to answer this question?
The
You're not
visualization.
able to answer this question.
The
The technique we followed. We followed some technique. What is the technique? What is the technique you follow to answer this? Please. Your mind is already registered with some technique. I want that name or like how you followed, at least verbally say that. You followed, otherwise you can't answer C is 0. You might follow some technique. What is that technique? Because all our brains will follow some techniques. What is the technique you followed? Have you gone through the things from top to bottom or bottom to top, or execution is happen here or execution is happen here? Which way you went for execution? You've gone through all these things.
Yes.
Okay, but execution is not happen like this. Execution is happen like this for you. If execution is happen like this, you might have an answer for this, but no one knows the answer for this, including me also. Okay, but everyone knows answer for this. So how are we cross this line without? Because we didn't went the top to bottom, we went with the bottom to top. The technique is like what? Bottom to top. Lazy evaluation. What is the concept of lazy evaluation is? It is a bottom to top execution, not top to bottom. The technique is bottom to top. So when it is going for bottom to top, like what? Which are the necessary things? This is only necessary. These are all not required to execute. If you execute also, no use. Unnecessary time waste. Unnecessary time waste. If you calculate this, do you have any advantage? Will the answer is going to change? There's no change in the answer, correct? If you calculate this also, there's no change. But unnecessary wasting that time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so lazy evaluation will give you the better performance comparatively to bottom. High follows the top to bottom. Peak follows the bottom to top. Now tell me which one will give better results? High or peak means? That's the reason like why best to use the peak. Okay. Now the question is why it is went away. Whatever I talked about is all features I can get it from Spark. Now you know the features of the Spark. Now Spark is better than the traditional MapReduce. Hive and Pig both internally follows the MapReduce. So that's the reason like what they started giving an integration to the Spark also. And Spark itself alone like what can give a better results, and with integration also it will be. The last version of the Pig, what they did like what this integration only they stopped it. They migrated. So they provided a migration now. After that, they stop the entire operation now. Okay. So reason to use the Pig is like what? Two main points now. First point is like what? Schema. Second point is lazy evaluation. These are the only two main reasons why should I go for the Pig over the Hive. Okay. So comparison wise, both are data warehouse systems, and one will follow the scripting, one will follow the query language like that. But the intention is why should I go for is like what? Performance wise, Pig is faster than the Hive the cases, and there is a drawback in the Pig also. It's an advantage, but still there is a drawback. What is the drawback? Is it is going with the scripting style. When you go with the scripting style, we don't have a metastore concept. In scripting, we don't use database concept now. Okay, scripting is like what? System, operating system level techniques now. Okay, but database systems are not like this. We can have some metastore now, so to maintain that information. Hive follows the metastore technique. Whatever the tables you created, it persisted. In pig, we don't have that information. So every time, because of lazy evaluation, whatever the instruction you given doesn't matter. Still you say trigger. This is called as an action. There are two operations pig supports now. One is transformation. Second one is action. So what do you mean by transformation is these are all transformations. This is action. When you trigger an action, then it will look for all the transactions. It won't execute as it is. It will try to optimize it first. Then that only will execute. Unnecessary operations will be going to be avoided. The beauty of the pig is like that one. So transformation, action. What we need to learn in the pig and spark also same thing. In pig and spark also you need to learn transformations and actions. If you can perfect on these two, then you will be good in that one. Okay. So as I mentioned, it's not there in the market, but still some terminologies I'll introduce. I'll be going to play today and tomorrow session. So that is what my intention for the pig. Is that everyone is clear on this before I proceeded now? Why pig is there previously, why it is not there? That's what I conveyed now. And what is pig? And we'll go a little deeper in the today and tomorrow. Okay. Any questions? Anyone?
Sir, I did not get this lazy evaluation, sir.
Okay. If I ask a question, if people are not answering immediately, what is the reason might be? One is they don't know the answer. The second one is the system might be not activated.
Yes.
Okay. So it might be a time taken more for them because they are not following the best techniques. Maybe not. Suppose if I ask a plus b whole square formula, most of them might be remember. 99% I can say everyone remember. But if I ask like what a plus b whole power 4, a plus b whole power 10, it's very less people will remember the formula. Isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Concept of lazy evaluation is like what? Whenever we are executing it, okay, first it will try to execute in a best way. For that, what it will do, like what? It will prepare a plan. That plan is like what? Which are necessary, which are unnecessary things. So necessary things only will keep it. Unnecessary things will be going to get rid of it. Okay. Suppose if you see A is here, B is here, C, it won't calculate the C here because the C is not required for me. Is it clear? Okay. Then it here this C is also not required because the C which is required here is only this one. This will only calculate and give the result. So obviously time will be going to improve on the calculation of this one, no need to do it now. Is it required? No, because you only have a dependency on C is equal to 0. Suppose you written C is equal to A here, then it has to remember the A value, that value should assign to here. So yes. Bottom to top approach. It's not top to one. So it is starting from top also, but it won't execute. First, it will analyze it. From the bottom, what is required, like what, those only will take it and execute it. Unnecessary things will be going to be get rid of it. That's what exactly. It won't execute. It's a return something here also, it won't execute. Unnecessary things won't be executed. That's the concept of lazy evaluation. Okay, there is an advantage when you be lazy also. There is a drawback also when you be lazy. I'll tell you the scenario. Okay, example is you are working in a company. Your manager is there. You know your manager will ask every Friday in the week. He'll ask the status. Okay, you are coming to the office every day. Monday you came, Tuesday you came, Wednesday you came, Thursday you came, Friday you came. So Monday the task is assigned. And you are not executing anything. You just sit ideally. Tuesday also, one more task is given. You are not executed. Wednesday, one more task is given. You are not executed anything. And fourth day, like what? So he given a task, and he also mentioned like what? No need to work on all these things. You just work on only this one. Then you did on this one. Next day, like what? Manager asked the status. You said yes, I'm done. But what about these three things? You are not done. But still, okay. But there is a drawback. What is the drawback? If the manager asks the question in the like what, maybe Tuesday itself, manager asks the question on the Wednesday itself, then you are in a risk. You know, manager will ask only on Friday. Okay, so the concept of lazy evaluation is only for static data, not for dynamic. If you know about that information, then only it will work now. Dynamically data is changing it now, you want to calculate this, it's not. Example is like what, if I generally we all do for exams now. What exactly we do it for exams now? We'll prepare it. Some people will be going to by heart, some people will follow some techniques to do it. Okay, so for exam purpose, like what, some formulas will by heart it. So how will the formula is coming? Very less people will know it. Okay, is it or not? A plus B whole square formula, how it is coming? How many people are knows? A by 100, a plus a square plus b square plus 2ab, correct? But how it is coming there? So that is what exactly. Okay, so the concept here is like what, some static things. Remember it, nothing wrong exactly, because that's the information is not going to change it. But like what, suppose a plus b whole square formula you by hearted, but someone asked a plus b whole power cube exactly. Maybe like a whole to the power of like what 4, whole to the power of 5 might be. So something is a static, then if you answer like what previous one, it is not going to, it is good, but it is keep on being good. That will be that time like what, hive and pig are both are same. Okay, so if all the statements are as to execute means hive and pig is both are same, but there is a better unnecessary things we want to remove it, like what, there pig is, hive is the, sorry, pig is the better than the hive because of lazy evaluation. That feature provide an advantage as well as drawback. Being a lazy, there is an advantage. Being a not lazy, example, every day morning like what, you have to, maybe Sunday, you have to go to like what, some vegetables off, then continuation to that, maybe like what, some food store maybe. Okay, so what exactly like what, at morning 6 o'clock you have to go to milk shop and you need to bring the milk and give it to the your mother. So she prepare like what for your father, like what, tea. Okay, but Sunday like what, at 6 o'clock you're not woke up, and after that like what 7 o'clock supposed to be, you have to go to vegetable shop and you have to do that one. So that is all not done. Just a second. Okay, so here you are not even done because you're not at woke up at that time. So at 8 o'clock like what, so again, so some mandatory thing is there, so they have to take the tiffin now. So you have to get like what the minimal things what required for the tiffin. Okay, so assume it like what, the route is same. This is like what, 1 kilometer from your home, this is like what, 2 kilometers from your home, this may be 3 kilometers from home, but these are all in a same route now. Assume it. Okay, suppose you are not done this, you are not done this at 8 o'clock, you have to do it, must and should, you have to do it now. Okay, and at 8 o'clock you woke up and you went in this direction, you pick this, you went in this direction, you pick this, you went in this direction, you pick this and come back. So there is an advantage, there is a drawback here now. Because of Sunday, your father also might be excused like what, instead of taking the coffee at 6 o'clock, you might be interested to take it at 8 o'clock. That's okay. Okay, so if there is a thing, maybe like what, you know, okay, if this extended, if this can extend it like what, let it wait. No need to execute everything. You go and coming, unnecessary like what, how much travel you have to do it like what, 2 kilometers here, 4 kilometers here, and here is like what, 6 kilometers. Instead of that, just 1 6 kilometer like what, we are able to reduce this time now, unnecessarily traveling time. But it is conditionally, it's not always good now. If you want exactly by 6 o'clock, you can't do this. Exactly by 7 o'clock, you can't. Exactly by 8 o'clock, you can't. So it might be okay if the time might be floated also. We will take some kind of things like what and do it. We always do generally when a match, or maybe like what, when you're watching some kind of movie like what, people won't leave that location till that completion. So till that time we say like what, wait, that's what our laziness. The laziness will give some advantage, okay, but it may not be good all the time. Is that point there now? Pig follows the technique is this. The name of the pig also, how it is came like what, the behavior. You know the pig behavior, correct? Generally pig. how pig behaves now. That's the concept, like what they kept the name is like that. Intention is that the name to keep it. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All are
Okay.
good. Yeah. Now let's come to the internals now. Give me a second. So what are the points till now I said, and along with that, some more new terminology. Let me introduce now. This is what, as I mentioned, it's initially developed by Yahoo people, and it is a data warehouse. So it's not a fully data warehouse, fully not a data, but it's called as a data flow language. It is scripting now. It's not exactly, but it supports like what data warehouse functionality. So data warehouse is not. We are not saying the reason is like what there is no database terminology. And is it for OLTP or OLEP means OLAP only, not for OLTP. At least Hive supports the transaction. Pick, you can't even imagine that. The design doesn't even support the transaction. Any features also, transactions is not a feature at all in the pig now. So it's only meant for like what OLAP. We don't have any meta stored. And similar to Hive, we have a primitives and complex data types also. Mainly your focus will be on these keywords now. So that's what is the next topic I have to go. So let's start with the some diagram.
Sir, I have one question.
Give me 1 minute. Wait. So let me explain something and I'll take questions. Okay. Just wait for a few minutes. So if you look at this diagram, so in RDBMS, we call it as this is a table, and a table having a rows and rows along with the columns, and in between these are called as a cells now. These are the cells. When it comes to the pig as equivalent one, so it's not a table, but as equivalent concept is it. So what is the as equivalent concept is? First one is called as a bag. It's as equivalent to the table. Bag as equivalent to the table. Then after that, we also have one more concept called tuple as equivalent to row. Tuple as equivalent to row. One row is called as a one tuple for us now. And inside this tuple, it's a collection of columns here. So here we call it as a field. The column, we call it as a field. This is the terminology. Okay, we don't say table, row, column, but we will say table place. We will say it is bag, and row is a tuple, column is a field. This is the terminology we follow here. Tuple, bag, row, and table, bag, column, field. So generally table contains like what? Collection of the rows. It's one row, other row, like the collection of rows. Here bag contains the collection of tuples. Bag contains the collection of tuples. In each row, it contains multiple columns and values. Similarly, in tuple, it contains multiple fields and values. The terminology is as equivalent to database, no, but we don't use database terminology. Bag, tuple, field. That's what we will say it now. So the representation is like what? Bag representation, you have to keep it like this. tuple representation, you have to keep it like this. Field, we don't have any representation, it's just like a column now. Okay, there is a reason, you'll understand little later for that. And extra, other than these three, one more complex data type is their map, key value concept. Just like a key value, we have it in Hive, how it is there. No, here also we have a concept of map is there. It's a key value. So this is the primary terminology, what you need to remember. And as equivalent to the RDBMS or Hive is like what? This one. This is what just keep in your mind. On a runtime, every line, whatever we write in Pig, like what? This terminology is mandatory. Without this terminology, we can't even write one line also. At least bag will be there, or tuple will be there, or field will be there, combination. Without that, it won't be. That means every line driven with like what? This concept. That's what the primary terminology. And what it is that it may not be immediately you can feel that one when I start the example in a short time. Get it. Let me take the question from Farooq and we'll continue. So what is the question now? Can you please tell me?
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir, you said like a pig is used for that transformations, right? So does Hive also support the transformation?
Yeah, transformations are like what? You take a column, select statement, C1, comma, C2 plus 1 from X. This is called as a transformation only. Queries are transformations. You take the something, you're giving as a one more, correct? X as Y. This X to Y is called as a transformation. We do it in Hive also. Transformations, one form to other form. Okay, you take the column 1, you might be doing as a column 1 into column 2 or column 1 plus something. This is a transformation, correct? You're transforming to something else.
Okay.
Okay.
So the pig, whatever it is doing, the same thing Hive also doing, right, sir?
Hive and Pig both are meant for similar purpose, but the approach is different.
Okay.
Both
Only
are same
pigs.
purpose. Like an example is Facebook is there and a Twitter is there. What is the main purpose of both? Both are meant for same purpose, isn't it or not? Social media.
Yeah.
The goal is same, but they went in different approaches. Okay, Facebook is went with like what some initially one approach. Now Twitter is one with initially one approach. But later at the end, you see nowadays, do you see any differences between this functional device? Both are same one. Both you can share the messages, both you can share the messages. Correct or not? The features wise almost same one. But these are two different companies. These two people are started in a different approach now. In the end, the goal is same. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you.
Let me continue the next points now. Similar to Hive, we also have functions in Pig. So what are the name of the functions are load func, store func, filter func, eval func. So this is like what whenever we are using some operations, that time you will be going to fill these keywords now, load, store, eval, filter now. Okay, but there are 4 functions are there for customization, like UDF, UDF, how it is there now. Here also for customization also we can do with this. And similar to RDBMS, it is not a database system, but similar to RDBMS, we can do a join operations, we can do a group operation, we can do order operations. Like similar to RDBMS, how it is that some of the operations are still allows here, but it is not a database system. And similar to transform concept, what we seen in the highlight quad, we also have a concept called stream and macros. Reusable concept is there, similar to that. Okay, and interview point of view, the basic questions like Hive, what is the default field separator, like that. Here also default field separator is a tab. In Hive, what is the default field separator? Anyone remember? In Hive, Control A. Okay, or else we have to say what? /001. Okay, Control A or /001. Okay, pick the default separator is tab. And the data type wise, if we talk about now, default data type is byte array. The process name of Hive and Pig both are same. That is a run jar. When you start the Hive, process name is run jar. When you start the Pig also, process name is run jar. And hive shell name is hive only, but pig shell name is grunt. The name of the shell name is grunt. When you start the pig, you will get it as a shell name is grunt now. So the shell name wise and process name wise, you look at it's same. And mainly, as we discussed, like what lazy evaluation. This is a bottom to top approach. And when you trigger an action, then only result will come. Otherwise, it is not. It is good for what? Only static information, not for dynamic. These are the points what I mentioned. And also schema point of view, full schema, partial schema, without schema. We will be having a two operations in pig now. One is transformation, second one is actions. So what do you mean by transformation? Like these are the examples for the transformations now, and actions are this. We're going to play that one right now. But transformation is like what? Input is a bag, output is a bag. You will take your input is also a bag, output is also a bag. If it is coming like that, any operation, that operation is called as a transformation. If input is a bag, output is not a bag, something else. Output is something else now. Okay, then that is called as an action. So transformation action difference is that one. Okay, when you are playing it based on the result, you can able to feel it yourself like what? Transformations are lazy. Whenever you trigger a transformation, they won't give a result now. As I mentioned, like what? You give n number of instructions to the pig now. It won't execute till you trigger an action. You see, I want to verify, then it will start. Okay, and the bag names and the field names. Whatever the names we are keeping it like what? Those are case sensitive. Okay, but operators, whatever I'm using it like what? Maybe for each or filter or dump or store, these are not case sensitive. You can make it capital or small, doesn't matter. But field names and bag names are case sensitive. So must and should be, you have to remember that. Otherwise, it will say not found now. Okay, so these are the basic points now. And before I talk about the initialization, can anyone any question on this topic? Theoretically high level.
One question, sir. So in the hive, we are creating the table. So in the pig, in which format it would be, the data would be?
We are going to starting, sir. So which are not started, don't make sense. Doesn't make sense right now because we can't complete everything in 1 minute, correct? We are going step by step.
Just I'm
I'm
asking.
asking only what I explained. Hey,
Okay,
please,
sir.
but please stick to the subject. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I don't want to extend for 10 minutes. Unnecessary question. Okay. Which I explained, no questions, I can continue because I know what I need to cover. Let's go step by step. The next point is, if I want to play anything, what is asking everything, I need to install it. First, let's install that, then I'm going to start now. Installation of the page is very simple. It's just a 1 minute task now. Not even more than that. Just 5-step process. Copy the file, extract that file, update the basrc file, reopen the terminal, confirm it. That's it. Pig installation is completed. No need to do anything. But pig supports like what? 2 ways. Local mode, map reduce mode. Installation wise, both are same. Installation wise, both are same. But if we are going in a local mode, no need to start the Hadoop. Okay, pig in local mode, it will use local file system. How to start the pig in local mode is like what? Pig -x local. Then it will use local file system. But suppose you want to start in pig in MapReduce mode, you need to start the Hadoop because it will use the HDFS is the file system, for processing is the MapReduce. How to start that one is pig -x MapReduce or pig is the command. So installation wise both are same. How you are starting, that is the only differ like what? Is it a local mode or MapReduce mode? If it is a local mode, it will use local file system. If it is a MapReduce mode, it will use the HDFS is the file system. Let me do the installation wise. Last time I shared some admin development folder to everyone. That contains the fig folder. Please make sure that you download it from your side. If everything is downloaded last time, well and good. If not, specifically you have to download that and you need to continue. Just closing unnecessary things. Let me confirm without Hadoop. My Hadoop is running, I'm stopping it. because if you are running in a local mode, it's required. So generally for practice purpose, we'll go for local mode. Command, whatever the commands we're executing, everything is same in local mode and map to disk mode also. And meanwhile, let me copy the data also. Give me a minute. A second. Just give me a minute. I'm just copying the data. So I just copied the big folder, which is available in the admin material. So installation document, just follow the 5 steps. Just basic 5 steps. That's it. Let me quickly do one after other. Copy the file into work directory. This is the last version, 0.17. Extract here. Open the bash RC also. You can see my Hadoop is not running also. I stopped the Hadoop. So in bash RC, we need to add 2 lines, same as like Hive and Hadoop. Just close the terminal. Open it. This extraction is taking some time because of slowness. And confirm with echo. That's it. We are done the installation. Just max 1 minute time we took. Okay, extraction only took some time. Just copy the file, extract it, update the bash RC, reopen the terminal, confirmation. Then after that, if you want to start your begin local means pig -x local. If you say simply pig means it will run in a map reduce mode. When it is running in a map reduce mode, you need to start the Hadoop. So here, when it is going local, map reduce Hadoop is not required. So without Hadoop also, we can play this. But the problem is this will only work for small data. Anyway, our practice is on small data, nothing wrong. But when you're playing with a large amount of data, you need to go for map reduce. In real time, we go for only map reduce mode only. That's what is like points. Okay. My pig is started. You can see when to which cell is grunt shell, and also can you read this line? Which file system it is using it like what? Hadoop file system at file colon // File colon // means it's a local file system pointing to the local file system, not the HDFS. If you are running in a map reduce like what? Here you can see HDFS colon. When you're running a map reduce mode, HDFS colon it is going to come. Right now I am running in a local mode, pig -x local, it went to a grunt shell. Now here onwards, so the concept of like what we did in Hive node, similar to that we need to do. Let me take an example first. I'll showcase it. And similar to Hive development material, Pig also having a development material now. And in this Pig inputs folder will be there. Copy this Pig inputs into work directory, like we copied Hive inputs now. Similarly, Pig inputs will be there for the Pig practice purpose. There are different examples are given here now. Okay. So in this, I am going to take one of the input file, that is sample.txt. If you look at this sample.txt, can you please tell me in this particular line how many fields I have it? The way to answer I already explained. I want similar way answer. How many fields are there? How to answer that question?
We need to mention the delimiter. If it is
Yes.
separated by
If
comma, it is separated by.
Yes, the way to answer is very important. Okay, if tab is a delimiter, then 3 fields. If comma is a delimiter, 1 field. If semicolon is a delimiter, 1 field. Other than tab, everything is like what right now is a 1 field here. Okay, but in Pig, what is the default delimiter?
/t.
Yeah.
/t. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I will prepare 2 files now. One is with the comma separated, other one with tab separated. This is comma separated. Oh, sorry. So I have 2 files now, sample.txt and sample1.txt. So the sample.txt is a tab separated data, sample1.txt is a comma separated data. Now whenever we are creating a bag, the first thing what we are going to do is we are going to create a bag. Bag contains the collection of tuples. Bag contains the collection of tuples. What is tuple contains now? Collection of fields. Now if you look at this data, we are calling how many fields here is like what? 3 fields based on the delimiter. Okay, then is it a collection of fields means what is this line? I can call it as a in Pig collection of fields is called as what?
Tuple.
Tuple. Okay, now we have a collection of tuples are there. It's not only one tuple here, we have multiple tuples. Then what is this entire data? We can call it as a
Bag.
okay. So generally in our DBMS, this is called as a what?
Table. It is
row. This is a column, and these are the columns. This is a row, and this entire data is a table. Correct or not? Okay, the same thing. So terminology is only different, concept is same. Now I'm just going to write A equal to load. There is no table creation like that. Okay, everything is the on runtime only. Load. Then here I'm going to provide the path exactly. Where is my path? Is home when I inputs sample.txt. So let me write some information. What is happening here? Let's see. A is equal to load. Then I just provide a path of the file. Let's see what happens if I run this. Just go step by step. When I execute, there is a warning, there is info message. You can ignore this. Okay, generally nothing will happen. Okay, this is info message only. Okay, nothing will happen here. So on top of this, you can do some more transformations. You can do some more transformation. I'm not going right now transformation. What I want to do it right now is I want to know data inside this A right now. Okay, so for that there is a command called dump. As I mentioned, like what, bag name and a field name should be a case sensitive. Okay, this capital A, if I write a small a, it doesn't work, but you have to write a capital A only. This can be smaller, this dump can be smaller, capital, doesn't matter. It can be like this also. Nothing wrong on this. But this must and should be, operators can be anything, but field name, bag names must and should be a case sensitive. Now if I execute this, it run a local MapReduce program and it is going to give you the result in a bag. Representation of the bag is this one. So this is a tuple. So now this is a tuple, this is a tuple, this is a tuple, this is a tuple, this is a tuple. There are 5 tuples are there. All the 5 tuples are displayed right now. Okay. So now what is exactly happened here? Let's see. Here I just define the information into a bag. Whenever you write equal to left side, whatever it is in pig is called as always bag. Bag equal to only. This is a bag name for me. Okay. So bag equal to load, and we are providing the path of the file. So if you do like this, what is a delimiter internally it will take is like what? Delimiter is the tab. Based on the tab delimiter, when I say dump, it will executing and it is giving the result. So this all stack trace is not required. Just first call, I'm copying it now. The last information is sufficient for us. Okay. So now similarly, let me do it for B also. Let me run these two. Let me execute. If you look at this output also, this output also looks same only, but is that the right answer? Is not. This is the place only we need to start some internals of the pig now. I'm just going deeper one by one. Right now both output looks same, but as an expertise in the pig like what will answer, these are not same. Okay, so that expertization we have to get it now. I'm towards to going with the negative scenario to positive scenario. Looking at output, both are look same, but both are not same as a output. Now output looks same, both are not same. So why both are not same now? How will we know it now? There is a little transformations I need to apply it to play that one. So I'm going to do that. It will be a little more for some time, but please stay and I will slowly correct it one by one, because at a time I can't give it now. I'm just giving the dots and slowly I'll correct the dots. At the end I'll repeat once again. That way it will be easy now. So now this A and B look same, but actually both are not looks same. Why? Because this is a sample.txt file having a tab separated data. The sample1.txt having like what? Having a data is comma separated now. Okay, so how it is looking same now? The answer is, when we are going with this, already data is a tab separated, it will be displaying 3 fields are like what? Properly. When I am going with here also delimited tab only. We are not providing anything. If you are not providing tab anything now, what happened? Everything is going to come as a single field. Everything is going to coming as single field. Right now, this is entirely one field only for us. Okay, that if I can show it to you, you will get an understanding how we can translate it to one field to 3 fields now. So let me do the next operation is from this A A1. So what is this A1 is? For each A, generate so what I want to showcase to you, this one, size of don't worry much on this right now. What is this? Let me execute and my intention I want to convey it here. Let me showcase that. If you look at the output of this one is like what 333. What is this 3 indicates like what number of fields in the tuple now. Okay, I'm calculating the size of the tuple. For that, there is some internal functions I used here now. Size of the tuple I'm calculating now. Okay, so 3 you got, but when you try the below one, are you getting 3 or 1 means you will get the answer is 1 only, not that. So that will clarify to you like what. So the data, whatever we got is it a one field data or 3 fields data is 1 field. So one of the confusion for initially like what is only this one only. Okay, it looks because fields are separated by comma. The always tuple will show like this, but we can't decide like what by looking at this, is it a 1 field or 3 fields. So with the help of this function we can. What is the right way to solve this problem is, we are having a other than tab. We have to use a keyword called using storage delimiter. To provide. We have to say using pig storage. Using pig storage, we have to provide the delimiter here. Then it will be going to treat as a 3 fields now. Let me run it and confirm to you. By default, our tab is a delimiter. That's the reason like what we don't see much difference in that. Okay, but if it is a comma you want to go, so now it is coming same answer, but how many fields are there means like what, now you will get the answer is 3, not the 1. Okay, so the conclusion here is like what, whenever we are writing a load statement, your file having a tab separated data, you can leave it like this. But your file having a other than tab separated data, then you have to use the concept called using pig storage. Using pig storage, the delimiter, like a whenever we create a table like what row format delimited by how are we going now, here we have a concept called using pig storage. And right now whatever the approach I went here is like what, this is completely schema free. Did you see anywhere schema I defined here? Is it my first column is this, second column is this, third column is this? Did I define anywhere here? Yes or no? No. Okay, but can we define that? Means answer is yes. We can also define the schema. So not only like this, okay, we can define the schema also. So let me define the schema. Load, then path of the file, you have to say as. You can provide full schema or partial schema, whatever it may be. So you can write like this. If you write like this, what is happening like what? This is byte array, this is byte array, this is byte array. By default data type is byte array. Maybe I know this is my character char array. For a string we talk about char array now. Okay. we can also define like this. So we can define multiple ways here. Let me write that. I can define like this. This is full schema. I can only define like this. I can define also like this. And finally, I can also define this. This is already showcased to you. This is full schema. This is without schema. This is full schema. This is without schema. These two are partial schema. So what is partial schema here is like what? I know this field and data type. I know this field and data type. I know the field name, but I don't know the data type. Then Pig will automatically assign a data type as bytearray. Here I know the only field names. I don't know the data types. Still not a problem. Bytearray is going to assign. So later we want to convert it also. We can convert it. So there is a command called describe. Describe will provide you the schema information now. Now I'm just going to execute these 4 lines now. Look at once. Okay, I have executed this first time. Info statements will come. Ignore the info statement. If you look at the describe of A21, whatever the schema we provided, that is coming. And here when I go with now, we are not defined F3, but still what it is coming now, F3 data type is bytearray. In other case, like what, not even define everything. Everything is coming as a bytearray. And the last one is like what, schema for A24 is unknown. Okay, we have not defined anything is schema for that one is unknown. Only schema is unknown, but internally how many fields are there? Everything is like what, driven with the delimiter concept. Okay? That is a very important which we need to remember. Whenever we are going with the pig, so this is applicable for like what, here as well as here also. Okay, remember this delimiter is the main point for us. The delimiter you have to properly define. If you don't define the proper delimiter, then you will end up with the null values. Be careful on that point. And extra how to use this. Like this. Now I have defined my pig storage along with the delimiter. If I don't define this pig storage now, what happen like what? You'll end up with the null values now. I don't want that. You are going with this scenario. This what happened like what without page storage, you get a null values unnecessarily. You can try it that also. Schema will be the same. But dump will going to give you the null values for this because we are forcefully defining the schema. When we are forcefully defining the schema, if the data is there, it will be going to give it. Otherwise, it is going to give you the null values. In Hive also we discussed the same now. Data having one schema and what you define is other one is like what the places will going to get a null value. So all these are like what simply executable for you because there is nothing wrong in the syntax wise. But when we are doing the dump, let me show you the dump of B21. You see this one, these two are null values. Empty indicates in the pig is like what? Null values. But if I go for the C, I'll get it properly. So by practice, like what? We have to be seeing now. At least till this point, like what? Please everyone put some exercises now. So tomorrow I will go a little deeper by recollecting once again. What I explained here is like what? How to load the data into a bag. There is no bag creation here now. Okay. Whenever you're writing a load statement only based on the schema, based on the delimiter. What is the delimiter we are providing it now? Based on the delimiter, this bag is going to be created now. And also, whenever I close this session by using the quit command, whenever I close this session, all the bags C1, C2, C2, and whatever I created, like what, everything will be going to be destroyed. Those won't, because there is no metastore DB here. There is no metastore DB. Due to that, everything will be going to be destroyed. So based on the data, this you have to use. This is an optional parameter. If tab is missed, it's not required. If other than tab is like what, try to use this. This is what like what load statement, how it will work with a different variations, with schema, without schema, full schema, partial schema, with delimiter, without delimiter. That's what exactly covered with the load statement. No other options for the load statement. These are the only variations we have it in the load statement. Okay. Any question, anyone on this load statement? Maybe from your point of view, which you are missing something, let me know.
Yeah, Kalyan, this load statement, as of now, we are using text file, right? Can we use other formats?
So if we want to go for other than this, okay, we have a concept called, I mentioned there are 4 functions. One of the function is load func. The load func, exactly, we have to customize it. We have to customize this. If you can customize it, then it will work. Right now, this function is only meant for like what? Text data only, text with delimited data. If you want to deal anything other than that, you need to go with custom, like Faraday concept, how it is there, no? As equivalent concept is like what? This load function and the store function. These 2 functions now. Load is for loading, store is for like what? Storing. Whatever the result I got now, I want to store it, means I will use the store function. I was not discussed today. So tomorrow session we'll go that one now. So for your question answer, yes, by customizing these functions. Okay.
Okay, one more question. Yesterday I didn't attend it, maybe I don't know. And have you covered that Hive user experience tool?
No, that is not it. We are not. We are at the end of the session, and for that Cloudera installation, I have to VM I have to do that itself. Starting only half an hour to 1 hour will take. At the end, I will do it forever.
Okay, thank you.
That's not going to block us. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Good.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Hi, sir. I'm trying to install the Hive, sir, but I have not installed, sir. The error is came script schema is failed, sir.
Are you following the same commands or like what?
Yes, sir.
What you are missing?
Yes,
Did you verify the installation session once again and followed? Because I think yesterday also I showcased to someone also. Have you at least
Sir, can I share my
verified
screen?
that?
Sir, I am
Okay.
following the steps, sir.
Okay, you can share your screen. You can share your screen.
Yes.
No, for you, the schema command is failed first. Permission related. So you might be not copied the jar file, I think. Can you go to Hive lib folder once? Open other tab. Try to utilize the tab support. Right click, open new tab. Give me control. I don't know, somehow this is not, control is not working. No, not able to control. Fine. So you can do open new tab, or I'll just follow command construct. Go to the other tab. Go to the next tab and go to home. The left side home is there. Click on that. Click on work. Last but one. So Hadoop is installed. Okay. Go to Hive folder. Hive conf folder. Conf folder, third folder. Open the Hive.xml file from here. Right click, open with gedit. Open with gedit. So you are having the MySQL username, password. Oh, are you not from this batch?
Sir.
This change it to this Hadoop to ORIENIT. Password you have to change it to ORIENIT.
Where, sir?
Last but one property. Hadoop is there. Bottom, you start from bottom. Wherever Hadoop I find, replace with ORIENIT.
This one, right?
Yes, it should be ORIENIT.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, save it. Go to terminal. Stop that. Exit semicolon. Press enter. Up arrow 2 times. Press enter. Yeah, now it's working. You can start the Hive, it will continue. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.